Today I'm going to be breaking down how you can use Yeti clone dragons here at Townhall 16 to 3-star any base. So here is the army composition that we are going to be taking a look at today, and honestly you couldn't really get much simpler than this strategy. It's something that's been dominating the meta at Townhall 17 and it's equally as strong down here at Townhall 16. All you're going to be bringing is 16 dragons, 3 clone spells, 1 of those overgrowth spells, and then a rage, a poison in your clan castle alongside those yetis. Don't bring any other troops, you only need to bring those 2 yetis. If you do bring other troops, you risk those being cloned. So yes, we're sacrificing some housing space, some potential other troops we could bring, but it's worth it in the long run, just getting the value from those clone spells. The heroes, of course, going to be bringing whatever pieces of equipment and pets you think work best. You can copy though what we have here, but let's jump straight over and we'll break this one down. So the first thing we're going to be doing in this strategy is looking to take down sweepers. If we can snag those sweepers, you're going to be able to have a lot easier ride coming in with the rest of your troops. If you want to grab those air defenses, you also can do that, but pretty much you're always going to be better grabbing the sweepers because them pushing your dragons back really are going to cause you some trouble. Funnel is going to be created with your queen on one side and your king on the other. You're then going to go ahead and just basically deploy down all 16 of your dragons in a big line. We're going to go ahead and try and use that Eternal Tome ability. Not the best example because you probably want to try and catch your yetis with that Eternal Tome ability because we do want them to reach that town hall, but once your blimp does drop, you're going to go ahead and you're going to deploy down all of those clone spells. You're also going to rage up those yetis and just let them tear through all of the defenses that they are closest to. Ideally, you would take down the town hall, of course, with those as well, but sometimes things don't quite go to plan like they have here, and we weren't quite able to secure the town hall. Now, when it comes to using that overgrowth spell, you of course can use it on a section of the base that has some quite heavy defenses. It's also really helpful for funneling your troops. If you notice they're starting to split up, they're not going to quite get as much value as you're looking for, you can use that overgrowth spell to kind of redirect them onto a portion of the base that you think they are more suited to or they're going to get more value from. So you'll see the town hall is going to end up going down right there. The king, with the help of that phoenix, helping to clean out a few of these remaining defenses, but the dragons are going to be able to push through these last couple of defenses with the help of that phoenix and bring us in that first 3 stars. So we do have 2 more examples of this one, so don't go anywhere, let's jump straight over into them. So this strategy itself is pretty quick. You're always going to be able to bring in 3 stars very quickly, which of course is always nice because you just don't have to worry about the potential of a time fail. Now, I'd like to remind you guys the link for this strategy, as with all my videos, is down in the description below. While you're down there, feel free to join the over 1,000 people who have subscribed to us here at the Barracks, which is absolutely unbelievable. So massive thank you for that one, but we'll keep on with this attack. This time we get a much better use of that Eternal Tome ability, allowing that blimp to get all the way through into that town hall compartment. And even though we do catch that tornado trap, we're going to go ahead, deploy down all of those clone spells and let that rage spell do its thing. We're going to be able to clear out pretty much every single one of the defenses in and around that town hall. Although meanwhile we have our heroes and our 16 dragons pushing through the remainder of these defenses. Now, sometimes you will notice you don't actually have a use for that overgrowth spell. Typically when it comes to these attacks, I've actually dropped the overgrowth spell alongside the poison spell and I'm just bringing an additional clone spell. I find with that addition clone spell, you know, you're just able to get so much value. All those extra yetis and yeti mites clearing out as many defenses as possible means those dragons can just swing around the back end, not a problem, not a care in the world, and they're going to bring in a lot of 3 stars. We'll look a little bit more detail about the royal champion in the next attack, but she typically is going to swing through on the opposite side, kind of where your dragons end up going to, and you'll see swagging that overgrowth spell right there. Not a problem for Wreck-It Russ, of course, representing the Barracks. Big shout out to him, but we have one more example. Let's jump over into it. So this final example, we have a more interesting style base here, but again, we're looking to hopefully take down as much as we possibly can, and the value there from the giant arrow is absolutely exceptional. We take down multiple defenses, including air defenses, both sweepers. We even activate that invisibility tower nice and early. So the funnel again going to be set by the king, as well as a couple of those dragons over towards that right hand side. Queen doing her thing down here just to help funnel as well. Using that Eternal Tome ability right now, I thought we were going to miss it again, allows our blimp to get all the way through, hopefully to that town hall. Now, if you do find yourself, like we have here, catching a couple of seeking air mines, as well as the tornado trap, do not panic. All you do is, like we did here, deploy down those clone spells in a line. That is going to push those Yetis all the way through to the section of the base you want them to go. Now in this particular one, we probably didn't even need to use that overgrowth spell here on the back end, but it's not going to be a problem for us. We're just going to keep pushing on through the base. It does end up helping to kind of freeze up some of those heavier defenses, you know, the Teslas, the Monolith, the Inferno Tower, and just allowing our troops to push through some of these outer defenses before they're going to swing back around and deal with those. Now, I did mention I was going to talk about the Royal Champion. She just so happens to be completely dead right now, which isn't ideal, but what you're going to do is bring her in from the opposite side of where your dragons are going. Like I said, you're going to deploy her ability pretty much straight away because she has the Seeking Shield as well as the Spear, so you can go ahead and use that. She's going to get lots of value at the start while also helping to maintain any funnel that you may need to create for those dragons. She's then probably going to combine in with your dragons as she pushes through the rest of the base. So hopefully you guys did find this video helpful. If you did, go ahead and leave a like, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.